This channel is trying to make it balanced to all of devices level, so as a subscriber, you will get the best game for your phone specification to play with. As long as you can wait for the video we will show you. Right now, we will give the best RPG game for low-end phones. Of course, it will give the best game experience for you all to play. Remember to like this video and help us to get 200 likes. Thanks. Please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Action RPG Games for Low-End Phone, Best ARPG for Low-End Devices. Ragnarok 20 Heroes. Ragnarok 20 Heroes NFT. Right now we have a new Ragnarok game. It's not an MMO anymore, just like the previous version, but it's more like an action RPG game because we should get into the portal to hunt the monster. It has a time limit to clear every single stage. There is some button that's available to use on action like dodge to avoid any critical attacks from the boss stage. I love how we can manage the hero's weapon to add a variety of the elements like fire, water and earth through placing the card element into your sword. Then your sword will have a great element effect around it just like an aura and way more shiny. We can get the card collections through gacha. While in the city, we will find so many players playing it. They all seem pretty busy with their own quests for clearing the stage. But of course, we can manage the character equipment, skills and also items in the city. I would say this game has a very small size, but it is really worth to play. It's about 600 MB in total data we should download. Ragnarok 20 Heroes NFT has an NFT base, which means it allows the player to get a chance on play-to-earn games. This is the best action RPG hack and slash game small size for low-end phones, Android and iOS. Promethus or Ring of Fire, one of the most anticipated action RPG for mobile. I'm sure this game will run amazingly on low-end devices phone. The game size while I was playing in beta is 2 GB, but the graphic and how the game visual is so smooth. I don't even have any complaints about the gameplay. Such an interesting and satisfying combat it has. We can switch another 2 heroes freely as long as the cooldown is ready to use, even though it has a side-scrolling perspective, but we can navigate the hero in 360 degrees. If you really want a chaos in hack and slash, probably I would suggest you all to play it when it's released globally. So far we only find a few features in beta, but honestly I would not focus on the storyline. I prefer to play the game just to enjoy the combat gameplay. In combat, we will often be surrounded by the enemy in massive numbers. Lucky we are because every single hero we have will be able to slash the enemy within a huge area at once. The combat mechanism of Promethus or Ring of Fire is super simple. I'm sure everyone can master it in a flash, so the skill gauge meter will fill up over time, even when you don't do anything. It will recover continuously. Try to unleash your ultimate skill and see how cool the visual skill it has. The best action hack and slash RPG games for Android and iOS. Cookie Run Tower. Cookie Run Tower of Adventures. This game is really good as a new game, very interesting gameplay with a lot of obstacles we will find along the mission. There is a sharp spike, wind blowing, puzzle and many more, but everything seems pretty easy to pass through, so we can enjoy the game experience with a smooth and casual level. Anyway, you need to download more extra data inside about 600 MB. Overall, it has affordable size with a limited option graphic setting. I'm sure the low and to mid-range phones will handle the game perfectly. The combat mechanism of Cookie Run Tower of Adventure is we can select 3 different heroes just before starting the game. Each of the heroes are switchable in the combat, so we can use their ultimate skill one by one when their skills are ready. It will fill up automatically. This game pushes the player to play manually because we will face various obstacles. There are a ton of heroes that are available to obtain through gacha with a different tier level. Try to find an epic rank to pass through the stage way easier. Every time we finish the stage, we will get a huge reward based on how many stars we have when clearing the stage mission. This is the best new RPG action hack and slash games for Android and iOS. Black Moon Play Part. Black Moon Play Part. What a game, such a great action hack and slash with 2D visual. We are only able to see the character from a side perspective, but the game has such a great action combat. There is some action we can do like a combination of skill by combining a different combo by a certain pattern. But also, we can try the stronger skill by trying to tap the skill multiple times and become a chain skill. It's pretty effective on increasing the power slightly. Actually, even the game has an hack and slash genre, but we are also able to meet the other players as a semi-open world MMO. MMORPG, so the player will be show up only when we reach the lobby. While in there are 3 top players who will display in the middle, which we can get a very huge amount of rewards if we can reach those 3 ranks. Need a lot of time and high effort to get it. Monster Hunter Now. Monster Hunter Now, this game is really good as a portrait game, but I prefer to make this game become landscape, so I can see the battle arena wider and see the monster more realistic in size. It has twice or even more than our hero size. The gameplay is super simple, we just need to swipe and touch the screen to navigate and control the hero to attack and move. Actually, the game's level is really easy. We can easily anticipate the enemy's attack because it will take quite a longer time to unleash it. I love how wide the arena combat is, so we can make a great distance to counter-attack. Anyway, it has a really unique gameplay. We should move our real position to find the bigger level of the monster. It will have a higher difficulty level, but also it will boost the EXP and reward way bigger than. Always try to gear up your hero by looting the hidden items around us and find out after killing the monster. One of the best Monster Hunter games mobile that has an English version already. With small size, it's about 300 MB in total. Zerk. Zerk. This game should be recovered. It suddenly cannot play by saying the connection is timeout, but on the Play Store it's still downloadable. I don't know exactly what happened about it. Some players said it's still in beta, but I will share the game experience I have before. The graphics seems not polished perfectly. I'm sure it can be enhanced more and make the game's visual even sharper. The gameplay is really interesting because I think this game is the only action hack and slash game that allows the player to ride a monster on it and slash the enemy while riding. We can tame and get a new monster to increase our combat power as well. Look at how the action movement looks so realistic. I love how beautiful the open world is, with a green atmosphere and very beautiful OST making the player feel more relaxed then. I wish the developer will update it, at least giving the news to let the players know the future updates then. Zerk only needs 328 MB in total size, such the best low-end action hack and slash games RPG for Android and iOS. Dragon Spear X. Dragon Spear X. This is one of the best offline game RPG for mobile. The game has a lot of options of character selections like a wizard, assassin, paladin, mage, priest, hunter. This all is the perfect classes hero we have on ARPG genre. Surely it will run amazingly on a low-end phone. I'm sure of it even when you turn your graphic setting into maximum. The gameplay is hack and slash game. We can save the people around the combat area by coming closer to them. Then the NPC will give us a feedback about their feelings. It seems a small thing, but it's make the game even have attention to detail. It has quite a long tutorial about the basic thing, but for me it's really a simple gameplay. The combat mechanism is every skill can be unleashed when the cooldown is ready, but also costs a certain amount of mana point. The MP will recover slightly over time, but when we hit the enemy with a basic attack, the MP regeneration will grow faster. Dragon Spear X is playable offline. With less than 1 GB, you already has a great visual ARPG on your low-end phone. The best hack and slash game for mobile. Bladed Fury. Bladed Fury. This game is very underrated for most of the players who love the action game, but for me this game has a high potential to become the best with an enjoyable voiceover to listen. In fact, the game doesn't have any storyline at all, only a few words will describe about the game situation. The game's combat mechanism is super easy to learn, even we don't need to combine any button to create some new skill combo. It's totally a simple and casual game and very good to play for a newbie, but when you face the boss monster, then you must be realize how powerful they are with a multiple HP and many of unpredictable action movement. So the respawn is the key to anticipate the incoming attack by jumping or dodging. It will give a short period of invincibility time. After killing the enemy, we will get some souls after it. It is used for upgrading the abilities and power up our hero's strength. Bladed Fury is the best game offline for small size games on Android and iOS. Over the Horizon. Over the Horizon is an offline RPG that has a new combat action mechanism, so I will go straight to the combat point. I thought it will have the same action by slashing his sword, but actually I was totally wrong. We'll navigate the airship and start targeting the birds as the enemy. The action will do it automatically, so we'll only need to move the airship and make a closer distance between our airship and also the enemy. Actually, I didn't see any skill button that we can learn. To be honest, the combat mechanism is not interesting, but I really love the way of the village looks so alive with so much NPC that we can ask for the dialogue. While in the village, we can buy some stuff, accepting new quests and new side quests to get some rewards. It's not much of a thing we can do because the area is quite small. Would you play this best offline action RPG small size? Wrath of Kilan. Wrath of Kilan. This is a new offline game that's available to download in a certain country. The game is on beta testing and playable offline. The graphics are only available to play in a medium setting, but the high setting one is process development. This game is not many people know, even the YouTuber know it is very limited. That means you are so lucky to watch this video to know the update of the new ARPG games. The gameplay of Wrath of Kilan is we should control the game manually. There is an attack button, dodge button, and also block button that's available to play in action. When you reach a certain stage, then the throwing spear button will unlock, but we should always keep reloading the spear that we can get along the stage freely. The damage cost of throwing spear is not as much as the regular sword's attack. Anyway, we will get an option to pick a different primary weapon of dual sword or sword and shield classes. After we clear the stage, then we will be able to select one free ability to increase the hero's power in percentage point. Wrath of Kilan is the best new game offline ARPG for Android. Legend of the Skyfist 2. Bonus: Legend of the Skyfist 2. This game is the newest sequel from the previous version. A lot of progress so from the graphic especially, but the gameplay is totally the same without any differences. We can hook by using the fishing rod and also attack the enemy with it. When the enemy is going to attack, then he will give a little signal and we should stay focused on the signals to dodge the attack. Most of the game has a puzzle base, so we must try to solve every single obstacle to pass through the puzzle. It's quite easy though, even for a beginner. I'm sure they will be able to solve it. In this version, it has a storyline base about saving the kingdom from the monster. It's just a common story anyway. These all are the best small-size RPG games for mobile. The game is really good to play for any phone specification. You will enjoy the whole thing with a great game experience. This is the best action RPG game for low-end phones. Remember to like this video and help us to reach 200 likes. See you on the next video. Thanks.